Killer Instinct 2013 and Fighting EX Layer are built off of the exact same button layout as Street Fighter, and yet they achieved the goal of providing easy, accessible, modern controls better than Street Fighter 6. The problem I have with modern controls in Street Fighter is that you're forced to play with a completely different button layout altogether, with access to fewer moves, forced macros, and a reduction in damage. I'm not saying this control scheme isn't viable, in fact it very much is, but it also feels like an unnecessary departure from the classic control scheme. Killer Instinct and EX Layer, on the other hand, allow you to keep the default 6-button layout of their games with all your moves available, all while simply removing the need to perform roll commands in favor of simple directional inputs. This is more notable in Killer Instinct, as the game still requires you to use motion inputs when in neutral to initiate a special move. However, once you land an attack, the combo assist feature removes the requirement for you to use motion inputs to extend your combos, since they're meant for cancels and are mostly superficial. In doing so, the timing and frame data is identical regardless of whether you use classic controls or combo assist. The progressive control option in Fighting EX Layer feels very natural. Given that the EX games have always been a spiritual successor to Street Fighter, I was hoping that Street Fighter 6's modern controls would go in this direction. The reason why they didn't more than likely has to do with the way unique attacks work, which do require a directional input. Nonetheless, the human imagination is not limited to finding ways around this. Look, I do understand that there are legacy traditions at risk, and many things have to be considered for the sake of balancing when updating the control schemes of an older series like Street Fighter. Capcom has way more to lose than Microsoft or Arika when making changes like this. Regardless, I hope future fighting games implement a single, universally accessible control scheme, rather than forcing players to choose between this made-up concept of casual versus hardcore controls, as if there's some sort of difference. This ultimately causes elitism and toxic infighting within the player base, which is a headache for developers, new players, and those who are truly trying to enjoy the game. Those are just my 2 cents, but let me know in the comments if you've tried the alternative control schemes in either of these games, or just what your general thoughts are on fighting games moving in this direction. As always, thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.